Jai Srila Prabhupada, Hare Krishna Nama Prabhu Ki Jai. Welcome all of you for today's session on Soulful Japa. Today is the 30th session, and last few sessions we have been talking mainly about support for the training module that we are all engaged in right now. In the probably in the past, most of you past 7 days, you've been engaged in a very specific kind of a practice which is meant to eliminate mindless japa and teach mindful japa to the mind. Mindless japa or thinking japa has been our bad habit. Or even if anybody begins the japa, after few days of newness of the mantra, the tendency is to go into thinking japa. That means after few days, my entire mind and the senses, already they are accustomed and they are trained to perform automatic chanting. So we do automatic chanting, and obviously when automatic chanting means what? Auto doing means there is no attention there. Neither doing attention nor knowing attention. You don't need any attention for auto doing. Auto doing means only body is doing japa. You are somewhere else with all both doing attention and knowing attention. You are somewhere else. That is auto doing. So already, after newness of the mantra, the tendency is to go into auto doing. And then what happens? Normally, if there is no training, continuously, because we cannot stop thinking. We are always thinking. Inside we are always thinking. So naturally, the thinking takes over, because anyway japa is doing automatic. Unless you make an attempt, train your mind. Not only, even though auto doing is there, I also want to do it consciously. As I said, Krishna doesn't want just our body japa. He wants us also. No doubt, body is also, I am attached. This body is also to be offered to the Lord. Tongue is to be offered. You can offer, that is fine. But that is a very, what is the big thing? Krishna wants the soul. Okay, at least some other sound you are not chanting. So that much benefit you have, even if it is auto doing. But Krishna is expecting us to give ourselves to Him. So if we are doing auto doing and somewhere we give ourselves to some other thing, then we are not giving ourselves to Him. We are where our attention is. So if we are attentive to Him, that means we are there. So therefore, training is very essential. Without training, by default, anybody after starting japa, without specific direction and instruction and guidance, it will turn into thinking japa. Does not matter, even if somebody is doing for several years, habit is habit. You may chant 16 rounds with mixed thinking habit, and maybe because here and now you have heard so many things, you should hear your chanting, you should distinctly chant. So you try all these things. So some mindful japa happens, but predominantly mindless japa only happens. Offensive of inattentive hearing. And what is the problem with that? Apart from being offense to the holy name, to Nama Prabhu, there is another loss for us. What is that loss? Our soul needs to get connected to the Nama Avatara, who is the Surya of Satchidananda, who has come down on my tongue. And the sound that I vibrate, he has turned it into Shakti Avesha Nama. Shakti Avesha, Shakti has entered that sound. And that Shakti Avesha, the external vibration, the vibration, matter vibration that I create has become omnipotent sound by the mercy of the Lord. And that omnipotent sound is on the tongue, but it has to go into my heart because my heart has to cleanse, has to be cleansed. So therefore it has to go, I have to hear how it can go through go to the heart. You cannot swallow the holy name. It's on the tongue. So sound has been generated. Lord has descended into it. Aprakrita Nama, transcendental Lord has descended into Kalikale. Krishna Nama Rupa Avatara. He has already come down. And then it's empowered. And that empowered sound, if we give attention and hear, when we give attention, there is a connection established between the soul and the Nama. Attention is the soul energy. Attention is a soul energy. This body is not soul energy. Tongue is touching. Unless I am attentively calling, my soul doesn't touch the chanting. Similarly, when you hear, it is only through the attention on the sound that the Nama goes from your tongue, who is descended from your tongue or from your ear, it goes into your heart. And he is a Surya of Satchidananda, and there is a flow of Satchidananda, mercy from the Lord. Just like the iron piece put in the fire becomes red hot, our chitta becomes red hot with Satchidananda. That is self-purification. Then we attain our godly nature, godly happiness, godly pleasure. That is what our soul is meant for, soul pleasure, soul happiness. So the key problem, so we are the losers if we are not connected, if we don't establish attention connection. And attention connection goes away when our mind goes into the past and the future. When it moves away from here and now, because the Lord is descended here and now. So in order to be connected to the most important thing, our intention of doing intention, our japa intention is to associate with the Lord, associate with Nama Prabhu. So we associate means unless our attention touches, our soul is not associating directly. Of course, calling also that is a different this thing. Our direct touch of the chitta happens with through attentive hearing. So it's very clear what is our purpose of chanting. First purpose is self-purification. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Cheto Darpana Marjanam. First purpose is that. After that, there is a higher purpose is to uncover our spiritual minds and to experience love of Godhead, go back to Godhead, full self-realization, Krishna realization. Everything comes from the Nama. Nama reveals everything. But again, come back to it. Unless there is an attention touch, there is no transfer of energies for purity. Because what is now? Now our chit is filled with achit, asat, nirananda. All false ideas of pleasure. Our chit is filled with ignorance about existence. Our sat is covered by temporary things to be misunderstood as eternal, like this body is eternal. This kind of illusions. So how it will go away? It will go away by the pure knowledge that flows from the Satchit Ananda. It's an ocean of Sat, ocean of Chit, ocean of Ananda is Nama Prabhu. So therefore, mindful japa is very important. That mindful means establishing attention connection and attention touch. That is mindful japa. So now this is what we have been practicing. Many of you have experienced wonderful japa last few days. Some of you are to different degrees you have experienced. I have reports from 8 rounds I have done nicely, 12 rounds, some people say 16 rounds done very nicely. I could feel that new pleasantness, that energy. I could feel that it was pleasant, it was not tiring. So these experiences are all, it is a fact, and it works. Okay, now I will come back to again, because some of these things are new, it has to be repeated again and again. Now today I will brief you in such a way that once for all you understand what you have to do during the practice. Because there seems to be a lot of confusion. What you have to do is actually given there in the practice module. Instruction won't be given there. But still, some devotees they have not understood, or some devotees have need an explanation, that they're little concerned that why it happened after 8 rounds I did very nicely using directed by the golden codes, afterwards it went off, why it is happening. So I want to explain that all these situations where it is not a failure, except if you are not trying to follow what is being told, then it's a failure. Otherwise, this is a mind. Those who are attending these japa sessions, mindful japa is a fait accompli. It's a done job. 90 days, it's a done job if you seriously practice it. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So now, today I will talk about during practice what kind of difficulties that we face and what is the solution for that. You should not take the wrong solutions. As I said, the practice takes 30 days. It takes 30 days to set your new programming of your mind, training of your mind. How to do linked chanting and hearing. Chant and know that very sound. Chant and hear exactly the same sound. So different commandments of Prabhupada. He is like a commanding. His commands are there. Golden commands. How to do good japa. So our idea is to train our mind to chant in the way Prabhupada is telling us. So by training means already some training is there. It is called thinking japa. And now Prabhupada is talking about hearing japa. So therefore there is going to be a conflict. And this conflict will be there only till 30 days. And this conflict, if you simply follow the process that has been prescribed, this will go on. The battle between the old mindless japa and the new mindful japa, which you are trying to do, the battle will slowly move towards no conflict, 100% mindful japa towards the 30th day. As you go towards 30 days, you will see less and less your mind is distracted. It stays fully on the 16 rounds. After 30 days, without any distraction, another 60 days you do your japa. Concurrent chanting, come hearing. What happens? What whatever you have programmed 30 days goes deep and deeply engraved in our subconscious. And during this 30 days, this 60 days, why it's important is because still the old program can just come up. Now, for 60 days, if you starve the old program, another 60 days, it will become weak. And after 90 days, it will never rise up. The old thinking habit would have disappeared. So first 30 days starts with conflict. Thinking japa takes off. Again, as per the process, we have to bring back the mind. Now, bringing back the mind is the most critical issue here. This is where many of you are making mistakes and not able to succeed. There are two ways of bringing back the mind. One way is an inferior way. Another is a superior way. The inferior way is like the yogis trying to do. They try to hold the mind and bring it back to one particular point, some impersonal point or point of concentration. And they try to bring it back and hold it there. So bringing back and holding is a heavy, tapas. It's austerity. It is tiring for the mind. We don't do that process. It's an inferior process because Krishna is not involved in it. Because you are bringing back into one point. This is the impersonal point. Where is Krishna? Krishna is not in the scenario at all. That is the yogi's tapas of controlling mind. Now you please understand, ours is a little different. Our tendency is to do the same thing. These fine differences, if you don't understand, you will try that and you will fail. Our process is not, it is going to happen without fatigue, without mental fatigue. So what is the way? Please very carefully hear what I am telling. The superior way is not to bother about the mind, but you loudly chant. That means you give your kriya chesta, doing effort and knowing effort to chant. In other words, nothing. Again, you let it go. You don't bother about where it went and all. As soon as you detect it is gone, again read that quote. Implement it. Follow Prabhupada's command. Now what happens here? You, instead of controlling the mind, instead of controlling the attention, you are at more fundamental level you are controlling. What is that? Your chesta. Chant loudly means what? You are giving again chesta. Again chant and hear. Chesta, kriya chesta and jnana chesta you are bringing. Because the moment you give chesta is the soul energy. The moment you give chesta, mind follows that. Wherever the chesta is, the mind and attention will come there. So ours is a superior method, not only because of this. We are not trying to bring back the mind on a point concentration and all these things. We are trying to bring back our attention respectfully to the Nama Prabhu, who is the incarnation before me. And Shakti Avesha Nama. Not some impersonal, powerless point on the wall that you are meditating. Here it is a sound meditation. It is a meditation on the transcendental sound. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we have already discussed earlier modules how this is Shakti Avesha Nama, omnipotent sound. So therefore, when my attention, doing attention and knowing attention touches, I get energy from that, from the Nama. I don't have to struggle like the yogis to hold it back, but I have to struggle only to do the chesta. So you have to learn again and again to do the chesta. Let us say 1 minute. First 1 minute of your chanting, let's say 5 times the mind went away. Example. Doesn't matter. First time it goes away. First minute it went away. Each time, 5 times. As soon as it goes away, again look at the quote. Don't do anything. Don't try to bring back the mind and all. Don't say bringing back the mind and all. Mind, to hell with the mind. My chesta, my soul chesta. Again, chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Again, thinking mind will come, old habit. Again, let us say second time it goes. Don't do anything. Just again, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Let's say 5 times or 10 times it goes. Let it go now. Each time you don't try to bring it back. You chant. Very careful. Be very carefully hear this instruction. One is a very difficult path, other is a very easy path. One is very easy to succeed, the other one you need a lot of tapasya, and that is not our path at all. That is why Kali Yuga meditation is not possible. Only Nama Prabhu's mercy, sound meditation is possible, because sound is God himself. Therefore, it is possible for us to lock our attention 16 rounds. So then, okay, so it went, let us say, first minute, 10 times it went. You continue the practice, you will see, second minute, just giving you an example, second minute or next 5 minutes, it will reduce it to 9. 9 times it will go. You go on doing it, slowly it will reduce to 8. 8 times it will go away. Continue doing it, don't worry. That means, 8 times you have been pulled away like that. You bring it back. I'm taking worst scenario. Even a worst scenario, the mind can be trained. You don't have to worry. Be very cool. Don't say, again it's gone. Don't get frustrated and all. You said, this is a training. Just do that again. Again you do. In other words, offer chesta and automatically mind and attention will come there. You don't try to bring the mind back. Don't try to bring the attention back. Instead, give chesta from the heart. Soul is more powerful than the mind. So, soul does the doing and knowing. So, slowly you will see, you go on practicing. Finally, every minute, even 0 times it will go. Because a mind slice is being trained, is forming. A new habit is being formed. And that new habit, repeatedly, every day you do, it becomes consolidated in our mind as a solid new mind slice. Daily as you practice, this new mind slice is becoming stronger and stronger than the old thinking japa. The thinking japa is when you reduce your distraction from 10 to 9 times to 8 times to 7 times to 6 times. You don't have to count. I'm trying to give you the idea. When you kind of decrease that, it means that your new mind slice is getting trained. What is a mind slice? Chant and hear that very chant. That mind slice is getting stronger and stronger. And then finally, at the end of 30 days, the thinking mind, thinking japa will stop. But you have to do this 30 days without interruption. Okay, habit changing is like that. And then thinking japa stops disturbing the hearing japa, but still please understand, next 60 days, you have to continue so that the thinking japa, out of disuse, it becomes weak. In medical science, there is a terminology called disuse atrophy. That means something which you don't use. Suppose you don't use a muscle for a long time. That muscle weight decreases, mass decreases. Then you continue not using it. Slowly it shrinks. It loses all its power. Due to only one reason. What is it? You have not used it. Same thing happens to all the habits, mental habits that we have. Mind habit, particular habit, let's say thinking japa, you have done thinking japa for, let's say, 25 years. But 90 days, if you don't use it, finish. You've seen people with accidents, no? Whole life they have used their limbs and everything, and suddenly he fell in an accident and he was on traction, and for 6 months he was lying down on the bed. His fracture is all cured, but afterwards he cannot lift his hand, he cannot, nothing. So physiotherapy is required. Even though whole life that has been active, in 6 months it became inactive and became useless. So you should take advantage of this. You should know this secret. That is the inspiration for us to restrain. Don't worry, this fellow will, I will tame him. Any changing habit, tolerate, replace, tolerate, replace. Tolerate the thinking mind, replace it with the hearing japa. Replace with hearing japa. Don't get exasperated. That's why I said be cool. Okay, I know you will go, yeah, but I know I am going to bring back. Slowly you are going to retire. And I am going to, my new mind slice will take care of mindful japa. So, now I will, just like golden coat, I'll give you a diamond coat now. There's only one coat, it's a diamond coat. Now, diamond coat is about exactly what I've been telling you people what to do during training. Don't focus on mind, don't focus on attention, focus on giving the chesta. And that is what is required to follow those quote again and again. Goes away, again come back and follow that quote. So the quote is, therefore, this is the only method. This is the only method. Prabhupada says, therefore, this is the only method. This is available in module 49, which I have posted. I request all of you today, go and read for module 49. You will refresh everything that I have told you. And this module takes into account all the different pitfalls that different devotees have over the many days have asked questions about, attention going away and all that. So I have addressed all the concerns there, given solutions for actual practice. Because practice, obstacles during practice, also you need techniques. Easy to say you practice 30 days. But during practice, what exactly, when I encounter such a situation, what should I do? Nothing. Simply chant and hear. Bring Kriya Chesta there and Jnana Chesta there. Chant and know that chant. 100 times let it go, 100 times again you repeat it. You will see that it will become 99 times. You will see it will become 80, it will become 70, 80. Go on, 60s, 50, finally it becomes 0. And your new module, new slices come up. What is a new slice? Not thinking. Linked chanting and linked hearing. Chanting and hearing, that varies. So linked hearing, not isolated. Not only chanting, only Kriya Chesta or Jnana Chesta. Kriya Chesta and Jnana Chesta on the same sound, on the common sound. See, two efforts are being put, not for two different things. Two efforts are put on the same things. One is creating the sound, chanting the sound. Another is hearing that very same sound. So both these chestas are unified by a common domain of application. What is the common domain of application? On the nama. So they are linked. So you should do it in a very linked manner. Chanting and hearing, then concurrent chanting and hearing. will happen. Now hear about the diamond coat. Golden coat is the commandments of Srila Prabhupada. Now Prabhupada has given what he should do during the practice also. Prabhupada said practice it, practice it, practice it. Now during the practice, what instruction he has got? Therefore, this is the only method that you chant loudly and hear Hare Krishna. If your mind in other things, it will be forced to concentrate on the sound vibration, Krishna. If you chant loudly, then your attention, your chesta, you do chesta to chant loudly, then your attention will come there. That's what Prabhupada is saying. If your mind is on other things, it will be forced to concentration on the sound vibration. So because you're withdrawn your doing effort or kriya chesta from something which was disturbing, let's say thinking or whatever it is, problem solving or whatever it is. In order to chant, I have to bring my kriya chesta here. Then kriya chesta will have to go away from there. It cannot do two things. It has to go away there. So instead of trying to take away kriya chesta from there, you freshly apply kriya chesta here. This is a technique. This is a bhakti yogi's process, not the other yogi's process. Now next what Krishna is saying, very important. Prabhupada is saying, you haven't got to withdraw your mind from other. See, I've been stressing this point. The last 2-3 classes I've been stressing, don't worry about bringing back the mind and all. Mind will automatically come back when you give your knowing effort and doing effort and knowing effort to the chanting. You haven't got to withdraw your mind from the other. Automatically it will be withdrawn. Attention will be withdrawn. No, chesta giving me, wherever chesta is, attention will come. So it is a chesta that got diverted. So now you reapply the chesta. Immediately attention will come there. Now, let it go again. Do the same thing. Bring it back. Let it go again. Bring it back. Let it go again. Bring it back. My instruction is there. I just have to repeat it. Bring it back. And slowly the number of times it goes will go away. So note what Prabhupada says. You haven't got to withdraw your mind from the other. Don't make any effort to withdraw the mind from the other. You please put effort to again chant and hear your chanting. Okay. So this is essentially what today I wanted to round up. It's there in module 49. Anybody who follows this, I told you, it is a fait accompli. Mindful japa. You follow that exactly as is being directed, and it is done. 90 days it is done. 30 days onwards you will be in bliss, because no more disturbance. 30 days disturbance will be there. And you have to be persistent. That's all. Follow this method. And in this method, what happens? Because you're bringing back this the chesta on the nama, you are getting that chesta ruchi from Divya Nama. If it was simply some point meditation, again the mind will go away from the point. On Om or some point on the wall, or something you meditate. It will again go away because that point has no Shakti. But here, your chesta is on the omnipotent Lord. So it gives Shakti. Chesta ruchi. You will get chesta ruchi. Doing, knowing taste of serving the divine name. The taste of devotional service. You will experience. Okay, so let me take some questions now. So at least now after hearing this, I think you should not have any confusion. And some of these questions as I answer, your confusion will also further decrease. And many questions I have already started answering in the Telegram, and there elaborately I have answered. You should go. Some people have asked how to write to you, Prabhu. Somebody has asked this kind of questions. Please, if you're not part of this Telegram group, this course, something you will get, but you will not benefit. It's a very systematic course, systematic training. Just like if you go to the class and if you do not know, if you're not learned the numbers, you go and sit in a class where multiplication is being taught or division is being taught. You will not make head or tail. So in the same way, please, I request all of you, if you're really serious, don't think here and there something I'll pick up. If you pick up here and there something, for a few days it will last, your japa will be good. But if you practice what I am saying, in 90 days, till your 90 years it will last, if you are living till then. Or whenever, till whole life it is worth the investment. 90 days of, not even 30 days of hard work, 90 days is blissful chanting. Nobody to disturb. Little careful you have to be that the old man doesn't come. Thinking japa doesn't come and disturb. So one question I will answer first with that. So many questions are pending, I keep getting confused. So, okay. Hare Krishna Prabhu, why are you holding attention on things which is ever changing moment, which is changing every moment is easy than things which are repetitive? Yeah, because you see, when things are changing, for instance, you see a movie, it is easy to hold the attention because there is rasa. There is varieties of, as it is changing, you're also getting a story and rasa and all those things. Emotions are there. So therefore the attention is fixed there. Or you're watching cricket, attention is fixed there. Things are changing. If it is repetitive, there is no variegatedness there. Then you may say this chanting is repetitive, so same thing should be applicable. No, here the difference is chanting is not a dead word. It is not a dead shabda. It is a Shakti Aveshanama. Therefore, there is taste in it, there is energy in it. Whatever energy, you will get it. So therefore, it is your difficulty in holding the holy name, holding your attention on the holy name is coming not because it is repetitive. The problem is coming because of not holding the chesta to chant and hear and not training the mind and old thinking habit. Okay. Prabhu, you in your table tennis example also, we are able to know the position and speed of the ball because it is changing every moment. Yes. In the case of japa, you can hold because because it is omnipotent sound. That pleasant doing, knowing taste is coming from that. That is the only reason you are able to hold. Okay. Otherwise, like a yogi, if you have to hold, it will not be so easy. A lot of self-control is required. Now, in table tennis, what is the motivation for him? Concentration. There's a doing rasa. He wants to win the game. If he doesn't want to win the game, he will not have concentration. So again, success rasa is what is keeping his attention, concentration on the seeing and knowing, doing and knowing the ball, and hitting the ball. Now, in the case of doing and knowing the Krishna Nama, there is transcendental. You're touching Satchidananda. So therefore some Satchidananda has to flow. So there will be a Satchidananda rasa. So that rasa will keep just for this rasa, you will want, as I said, you don't want to stop. 1 chocolate, 2 chocolate, 3 chocolate, 4 chocolates. You don't want to stop. On and on and on. 16 rounds, you want to go on. And that chocolate taste or whatever that may be, that I'm just giving you for that feeling, get that feeling. It's a pleasantness of doing and which the Nama Prabhu gives. It's a pleasant taste. For that, again and again, you will want to continuously chant. But if you make mistake in one thing, then you are run into a problem because you have to lock the attention. Now I am introducing this new term called locking the attention. The locking the attention means these two things to work together. Doing attention and knowing attention together, when it works, it's called locking the attention. So if you lock the attention, you'll get the taste. You don't lock the attention, you don't get the taste. So if somebody is not getting the taste while chanting Hare Krishna, it simply means he is not locking the attention. And the way to lock the attention is not to handle the attention, but to exercise your doing effort, Kriya Chesta, and knowing Chesta, knowing effort. Then, is feeling happy within oneself after achieving some mindless japa same as pride? No, you feel a sense of success. Pride is when you show it on others. See, yourself, we all need to feel that something you do, you want to feel success. Please understand, pride is something that when you compare it with somebody else, that is a negative side of pride. You can feel proud that Lord has blessed me. You can feel fortunate. Let's not call it as pride word. Feel blessed that I could do successfully. Pride means I'm better than somebody else. He failed, I succeeded. Even with some definitive improvement in mindfulness, the mind struggle is still there towards maintaining the attention. Don't try to maintain the attention. Now we are all little advanced. When you normally talk, we say, hey, maintain your attention during japa. Now what do we talk? Give your chesta, kriya chesta and jnana chesta. Automatically, doing attention will come, knowing attention will come. So don't handle attention problem by handling the attention. Handle the attention problem at the soul level by handling the chesta. I wasn't able to hear till yesterday, but yesterday, mindful japa doesn't need purification, can be done with the material qualification. I applied it and it was miracle today. Is it fine? Very fine. It's very good. But the practice time, sometimes by fluke, you're doing the right thing and you get success. That is why you need to understand this, exactly what is happening, so that you'll be successful always, not by fluke once in a while. So you should know this process. And then the key thing is what? Chant and hear the same sound, command. During practice, what is again the rule? If it goes away also, don't try anything else, just again chant and hear. That's all. Please give example of doing attention going away, where knowing attention is here in the present. It seems only knowing attention only goes away. Please clear doubt. No. You see, doing and knowing together. Let's say you are chanting. Both doing and knowing is together. Suddenly you hear some voice, somebody crying outside the window. Now you got curiosity. What is that? Your knowing attention is pulled there. Now, in order to satisfy that knowing attention, you have to get up and walk towards the window. Your doing attention also gone. Is it not? Now I'll give you another example of a doing attention. Let us say you are chanting. Suddenly you hear this tap is dripping. Immediately you have urge to go and close the tap. What is that? Your doing attention first goes away. Both were together. Your doing attention goes away. And therefore knowing attention also follows. Because you cannot do anything without knowing, and you cannot know anything without doing. Some doing has to be there. They are all together. As I said, you need two legs to walk. Doing and knowing. So when they are together, either some doing, some other demand for kriya chesta will come and pull, or some other demand for jnana chesta will come and pull. Both examples I have given. In fact, thinking japa is a typical example of how doing attention goes away. Because thinking is a doing supported by a knowing. So thinking is a doing because I was trying to solve some problem. Doing. So what you do here from here, both are together Doing attention, knowing attention, that chesta for some other problem solving, immediately the attention goes. Wherever chesta goes, attention goes. So your doing attention is pulled away. So this is an example where doing attention is pulled away. So either way it can be pulled. Either of these things can be pulled. Okay. So it all depends. What is the situation demands what? Either within the mind or outside a circumstance. Does it demand your doing effort or does it demand a knowing effort? Then that effort, that attention will first go away, and then the other one will follow. How to actually implement the quote of beating the mind, it shows where the mind and how to beat it. You can beat the mind. You can beat the mind by another mind. Okay. You can beat the mind. You can beat the physical body with a physical thing. I can beat my body with my physical hand. I can beat my mind with my mind. Just like one part of the body can hit this part of the body. Similarly, you can create a mind who will every day beat the rest of the mind. That's why he said every day. That means every day train means get one fellow ready. Mind means with feeling, tomorrow, like that. Mind is an emotional body. Emotions are very powerful. If you are planning during japa, even our doing attention will go in solving the problem. How my doing attention will go? Yeah, your doing attention will go because as it is enhanced in auto chanting. Auto chanting does not need doing attention. This is the first thing you have to understand, please. Auto chanting doesn't need no chesta, no attention. You trigger it off, it will go on. How many times I give an example? If a very deep problem, the whole 16 rounds you are trying to thinking of that problem, but mechanically you have moved your beats, mechanically you are chanting, you are not heard, you have completed your rounds. This is called auto chanting. So just because you are doing japa doesn't mean your doing attention is there, doing chesta is there. It is trained to do mechanically. So therefore, please understand that by just because it is engaged, you are saying doing attention is not gone. You don't need doing attention. You don't need doing a thing to do something automatically. It's a machine. Machine is doing. Body is a machine. Machine is doing. You are somewhere else with both your doing and knowing attention in some problem solving. Knowing and doing, watching movie and knowing while attention is locked. Some, etc. All them. Same while DT darshan, what is knowing and doing? How to understand? What if our knowing effort is put on hearing sharply, then it is that doing it automatically taken care of. You see, it has, as I told you, you have to lock these two things. Knowing effort and doing effort. They are not two efforts. Please understand, they are not two efforts. They are on one sound, doing and knowing. Simultaneously it can be done. It's not first knowing effort, then knowing effort, doing effort, then knowing effort. No. The meaning of linked, concurrent. Concurrent means on the same sound it is being applied. So don't separate it. The moment you separate it, you are in problem. It will run away. Because our subconscious mind is just waiting for non-stop, it wants to do something and know something. It has a lot of demand for Kriya Chesta and Jnana Chesta. That is the meaning of thinking japa, no? It will engage in. Anyway, 22 hours I will engage in that. 2 hours I will not engage in that. You should decide. 22 hours, let it think. When doing attention is 100%, knowing attention is wavering, then how the deviated Knowing attention can take away our doing attention when it is 100%. I mean, whether deviated knowing, you see, knowing attention and doing attention, think they are like twins. They're too attached to each other. You take one fellow away, soon the other fellow will go. For some time you can separate by your will. But it will go away. Soon it will join. So you cannot separate these two. And one of them will go, let's say there's some interesting activity, knowing activity. It goes away, it will pull the other one. Because it's okay to continue chanting bead after bead without tasking impulse because it disturbs attention. It's fine, I told okay. Does sleeping less impact on japa? Please explain. Yes. All your practice will not work also if you're not slept properly. You cannot go against the secular physiological realities. You have to have a good sleep and you have to be very attentive. Good sleep means what? Just like you have to eat well doesn't mean overeat. Good sleep means the right amount of sleep you should give, not less, not more. Only then you can practice yoga. If you sleep more, you become tamasic. If you sleep less, then your attention will go away. Your attention span, attention cannot be held. Chesta also does not have that Shakti because you're tired. So very important thing for japa, we have to have good rest and then do it. Good rest does not mean over rest, oversleeping. What is the difference between seva, bhavana and service attitude? They are the same. If mind has been trained in doing work and knowing work, will that help in doing mindful japa? Yes, everywhere, anything, any activity, in fact, concentration, if you do attentive japa, mindful japa, you will become mindful in everything. It becomes your nature. You're not distracted. Very mindful. Just like somebody said about this corporate word, listening to hear. So listening to hear and all is a song. It will automatically happen because of this sharpness of, hearing. And listening to understand. Understand means what? Again, anutva. Go deep into the understanding. You can go deep into, because there is a quality in the knowing. So here, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, not general knowing. 16 names you are knowing and you're lining up repeatedly. So your level of anutva, sharpness of your knowing attention is increased. So you are able to understand what something says also. So listening to understand will only improve. Okay. So then, that is over. Yes. This is okay. Yesterday's question, let me take up because you get those who ask questions yesterday will get frustrated. They are expecting the answers. Okay, one mind slice can beat by another mind slice. What are the mind slices that can help us chant more attentively? Don't worry, whatever I said, you don't worry about all that. Mind slice. Mind slice, whatever is required for this attentive japa is created. How can we practically implement beating the mind with the shoes? I already answered. You should imagine and create another mind slice. How is it that, and with feeling you should do it. How is it that foreground mind can take jnana and kriya chesta from the soul? No, you give kriya chesta, then automatically foreground will move. Because foreground activity is an activity of karma indriya. foreground activity of course karma indriya and jnana indriya. So karma indriya and jnana indriya are activated through the chesta. The chesta is from the soul. So when chesta activates the indriyas, then you are able to do that's how it reaches the foreground mind. Through the senses. Started practicing japa as you told. I found my japa is slowly changing from thinking to mindful. Very good. Thank you, Prabhuji. Your lectures are very this thing. And does following brahmacharya boost our chanting process? Please explain. That's a different subject. Definitely it boosts. I will not divert now. I will have separate modules for brahmacharya. What will be the spiritual destiny of inattentive japa doer? Will he still be able to achieve the spiritual world? No, you go on chanting, even if it is offensive, inattentive chanting slowly, because Nama is very merciful. So number of offenses will decrease, because reason is whatever you may do, you will be touching with your attention now and then 20%, 15%. So that is going to benefit the soul. So you are going to get slowly purified. You are not consciously making offenses. Due to your inability, lack of knowledge, all these things you may be making offenses. So therefore, go on chanting. See what the training that we are going through. What you can achieve in, let's say, in 1 year. It may take 30 years for you in attentive chanting. That is the only difference. In one of the modules I have written that you want to stagnate in your spiritual life, you want to crawl in your spiritual life, or you want to gallop in your spiritual life. This Soulful Japa training is for galloping in your spiritual life. Doesn't mean the others have no hope. Slowly they'll go. Somebody will stagnate. Somebody will crawl slowly and progress. Is a difference between, if you want to learn, you may be interested in cricket. You can be interested in cricket as simply a watcher from the galleries, from the bleachers. You're sitting and watching the movie, watching the cricket. That means you know about cricket, but you cannot practice. So you know about cricket. Now there is another person who is an amateur player. He knows about cricket, but also he plays now and then. Once a week something he plays. Then there are test players. Test players are intense practice they do. They know and then practice so much that they become pakka. So Soulful Japa is like that. It is not that you cannot benefit. Anybody chants halfway also, mindlessly also, some benefit will be there. But we are talking about becoming Japa experts, Japa doctors. We are able to analyze. Just like, a patient need not know. Everybody need not know all these Kriya Chesta, Jnana Chesta. Simply, if it's a simple-minded person, he don't need all these terms. Chant and hear that very chant. Oh yeah, finish. I am his disciple. I will simply follow that. I am determined. I will not deviate from it. Oh yeah, he is successful. Why does he have to know all these things? Just like if I go to a doctor, I have stomach ache. I don't have to know the human anatomy. Doctor knows. So accordingly, he gives me some medicine. Everybody need not become a doctor, but everybody at least they have to take medicine. So similarly, here we are not able to take medicine that Prabhupada has given us properly. It's something we take. So therefore we will have some benefit. So it all depends what you want. The holy name is ready to shower so much mercy on us. And if you have some intelligence, if you have serious about reading Prabhupada's books and becoming a preacher and spreading the holy name of the Lord, then it is good. If you have intelligence to understand what is being spoken, become Japa doctors. Treat yourself first and then treat everybody else. Guide others. They'll be ever thankful to you. Okay. There are so many questions. Many questions that have come in Telegram. I have already answered them, or I'm continuing to answer them. This weekend I'll answer all your questions. Probably some of these questions also which I have not answered, all pending questions I'll be answering in the Telegram question answer session. Please, those who are not on this Telegram, please go on to this Telegram. Don't otherwise you'll get frustrated not understanding what I'm saying. This is not something to be picked up one or two sudden formulas by which tomorrow it will become a soulful japa. So another thing, dear all devotees, we are planning to, from the administrators, there's a message. Our devotees are planning to make a video on the feedback of soulful japa. They request you to provide your feedback in a video format. Our admin will post the guidelines in Telegram. Please follow them and provide your feedback. Make your own videos and please tell me what is your experience and what are the difficulties that you have. Or if you want to wait for some more time and then do it, you can wait for some more time. But eventually I'd like to get a feedback from all of you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna Nama Prabhu ki jai.